this is Anne from Teachers 10. How are you doing? How's your family? I hope you're okay. How is work? Hope everything is fine. So I wanted to do this video in response to one post I saw on Instagram the other day. It was a post a guy put up saying that I think it was more like an advice to men. He said, look guys, if you have been struggling and life has been difficult for you, he said one of the best solutions he can give is to go and get married. And then he put up that verse in the Bible that says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. But you see, the funny thing is that some people may not understand. Then again, I remember doing a video on spiritual blindness, spiritual immaturity. And it got me thinking. Most people really didn't understand what he was saying. And if you're not spirit filled, you won't be able to fathom or comprehend what he was talking about. Now, the truth of the matter is that even though that is true, you can't find that in all women. So for you to be able to get that, for you to be able to find a wife, who will bring favor to your home, you have to be a man who is spirit filled. You have to be a man who loves the Lord. You have to be a man whom the Lord can show the way to go. So if you're not that kind of man, the woman who could bring you favor could be right there in front of you, but you'll be unable to see simply because you do not have the Spirit of the Lord leading you. Because you do not have the Spirit of the Lord leading you. So let me quickly tell you something I discovered. I discovered that there were two things in the Bible that were referred to as more than rubies. And ruby is a precious stone. So ruby can be likened to money. It can be likened to riches. So two things in the Bible that were referred to as worth more than rubies. And those two things were wisdom and a virtuous wife. Not just a woman, but a virtuous wife. Now, what does it take to be a virtuous wife? Find out what wisdom is. When you know what wisdom is, that's what it takes to be a virtuous wife. Now, a woman could be a wife in the making. What does it take to be a wife? Who were you? What's your relationship between yourself and God, with your God? What's your relationship? You see, not all women can bring you that favor that the Bible was talking about. It takes a woman who stays in the presence of the Lord. It takes the woman who abides in the word of the Lord. It takes a woman who trusts the Lord and has faith in his word. So it's not just any woman. It's about a specific woman. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 8, verse 11, he said, look, wisdom is far more precious than rubies. It says also in Proverbs 31, we all know that the Proverbs 31 woman, he said, a virtuous wife who can find, she is far worth more than rubies. Now, if the Bible can liken a wife, a virtuous wife, as far more than rubies, that means in that precious wife, in that virtuous wife, there is rubies. Because in wisdom, there is rubies. He said, look, if wisdom says, if they put me here and put silver here, wisdom advises that you choose wisdom. So it takes a man who stays in the presence of the Lord. It takes a woman who stays in the presence of the Lord to be called a virtuous woman. It takes a man whose eyes have been opened. Because you see, what I say all the time is, I cannot make the sacrifice to serve my God, to abide in his presence, to do his will, for him to give me Satan's son for a husband. I'm telling you the truth, it is just not possible. Likewise, you cannot be a man of God who has stayed, beholding, sitting in the presence of the Lord, listening to what the voice of the Lord has been saying. He has been showing you the way. He said you will hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. And you have been walking in the way diligently for him to give you a Jezebel for a wife. It is impossible, except you, out of your own, how will I put it? Out of your own selfishness, out of your own Greediness out of your own lack of understanding, because you see something beautiful on the outside, and because you are tempted, seduced by the beauty, you now think that, okay, you know what, let me just go for this. But if you're a genuine man of God, if you're somebody who has followed God diligently, now when I call you a man of God, I don't mean someone who has been at the altar. No, I mean somebody who stays in the presence of the Lord, somebody who has a secret place, someone whom God can talk to. You see, if you understand what's going on now, God has his children that he talks to in private. It's not about being on the altar. It's not about being in church, and standing in front of a pulpit. No, there's more to being a child of God. There's more to being a man of God. There's more to being a woman of God. Now, that virtuous wife, not just a woman, virtuous wife. Some women can talk as if they have the key to your success. Marry them and you get what the Bible says. A nagging wife. The one whose scorn can get you into problems. No. That's not the one we're talking about. Neither am I talking about that Jezebel. No, or women from the waters who has so much beauty but has no character, has no manners, has no self-respect, let alone respect for other people. No, I'm not talking about women like that. I'm talking about women whom the Lord can call a daughter of Zion. So men, when you find that kind of woman, she might not be beautiful on the outside. She might not be beautiful on the outside, but she has exactly what the Spirit of the Lord has prepared for your greatness inside of her. Marriage is a very, very powerful thing. Every time you look at the Bible, when it talks about marriage, it compares marriage. It likens, not compares, it likens marriage to the relationship between Jesus Christ and the church. That just tells you how important marriage is to God. So that man did not lie when he said that, you see, when you have problems in life and you are of age to marry, believe me, if you have a woman, if you find that woman that the Lord has prepared for you, and most men who are married today, maybe married for about 10 to 15 years, 10 to 20 years and above, you can ask those men genuinely, where were they when they got married and where are they now? Now, you see, it is the now that our young girls are admiring and don't want to ask the women, look, now, where was your husband when you first met him? Ask a couple of us, and we can tell you. We have stories to tell you. Do you have the ability to stay? Do you have the ability to stay? That's why it's important that you as a single lady remain whole. Your salvation is not in a man. Your salvation is in God. Then you go to a man and become a blessing to him, bringing the salvation of the Lord to his own. I pray that we understand that, and I pray that the Lord will give us wisdom, because in all our getting, the Bible says, it says, look, wisdom is the principal thing, and in all your getting, get understanding. If wisdom is the principal thing, and women, wives are liking to wisdom, I'm not going to talk too much. Let's just leave it like this, let's just leave it like this. It's very important that women understand their place. You are a wife in the making. Now, what does it take to become a wife? Even as a single lady, what does it take to become a wife? When you stay in the presence of the Lord, he will teach you. Besides, if I have to talk about that, that's another topic for another day. Definitely not this one. But truly, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Definitely, not from all women. Not from all women, because Satan has his daughters, Jezebels. They are everywhere. And believe me when I tell you that those Jezebels are a lot more. A lot more. God hides his children. He hides his property. You have to dig deep. Just as you have to dig deep to find gold, you have to dig and dig. Only the Lord can open your eyes to see his daughters, whom he refers to as the virtuous wife. I'm just going to leave it here. I don't want to make this video too long, but I pray that our brothers understand that it takes the opening of your spiritual eyes, not your physical eyes, because with your physical eyes, all you see is beauty. It takes the opening of your spiritual eyes to see a virtuous wife. It takes the hearing, the opening of your spiritual ears to hear what the Lord is saying about a certain person or your situation. I pray that the Lord will open your eyes and open your ears. I pray that He gives you the eyes of the learned, the tongues of the learned, the hearing of the learned, so that you will understand when He tells you, look, that is a fellow I need you to be with. Let's not make this video too long. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There'll be more of this. There's a lot. The Lord is revealing a lot of things. The Lord is saying is His Spirit is sharing a lot of things with His children, and there's nothing as important as being enlightened, our spiritual eyes being open in this season at this time. Satan is not joking with us. Let's not play. The only way to defeat the enemy is by sharpening your knowledge. Remember what the Bible says. It said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So allow your heart to be opened up to learn the right thing. Allow your heart to be open to learn the right thing. I say it again, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Allow the Lord open your eyes to find that virtuous wife. Have a good day. This is Anne from Teachers Den. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share with your friends. Bye-bye.